Hello, amigas, and welcome to Amiga Handle Your Shit podcast. I have my incredible friend who is also a nutritionist and health coach. And so, who is she? She's known as Ana Latina, who is a certified nutrition coach who helps busy professionals, executives, and entrepreneurs unlock peak performance through science backed nutrition and lifestyle strategies. She specializes in helping high achievers optimize metabolism, boost energy, and sharpen mental clarity without extreme diets or unsustainable routines. Anna's mission is simple. Your health is the foundation of your success, and when optimized, everything else in life and business rises with it. And I can honestly say that she's been incredible in my life to help me to release the weight and feel much more at ease with my body. And this conversation is so sweet and juicy and very heartfelt because she and I both came from different lives in the sense of body image. And she's turned her life completely to a life of health, a life of ease, a life of being your best self. So, without further ado, this is Ana Latina. Hello, amigas, and welcome to Amiga Handle Your Shit podcast. So, I have my health coach here with me, and her last name is very challenging to say, even for a Latina such as myself, but she's known as Ana Latina. And we're going to dive really deep into all the things that she's been doing and how she's been helping me optimize my health and how she can help you. And we're at towards the end of the interview, we're going to talk about all of her offerings. So in case you are one of those high driven peak performance individuals and need extra help because we all need a little bit of help, and she'll be available for you, and I know she's got different programs. There's like 30-day challenges, all the things. So my dear Anna, welcome to Amiga Handle Your Shit podcast.
Jackie, thank you so much. I could not be more excited to be here with amazing Jackie. Thank you for inviting me to your podcast.
Oh, of course. I thought I'm like, oh, but I have to. I've already been working with you for 2 months now. So I'm like, I think it's time. It's time to get you on. So Anna, okay, let's just spell out your like just completely say your name so that it's to the universe and so that it's recorded on the Zoom calls in case someone wants to go back and look you up. So tell
Awesome.
us, what's your full
Awesome.
name?
Jackie, Ana Aristizabal. Luckily, because it's a very long last name that actually comes from the Basque country, northern
Oh.
part of Spain, although I'm from Colombia. But my social media is Ana Latina, trying to make it easy for everyone.
Ah, thank you. Thank you for that. All right, so Anna, so let's talk about where are you from? Because what usually when I interview my guests, we always talk about who they were before who they became. Because, obviously you have your following, but my amigas probably don't know who you are. And so let's kind of dig deep into where are you from?
Awesome. So, Jackie, happily and very proudly born and raised in Colombia, in a city called Medellin. That is a city that's very well known for many things, good and bad, but it's a very well known city in Colombia. And I was born in a middle class family, very traditional. My mom and my dad were the first ones to go to college in the family. So I'm the firstborn granddaughter, la nieta, that everyone loves and adores, but also carrying all the weight of being the first one and having to lead and having to, do everything as the family says. And I was overweight. That's also how it all started. I was always the biggest person in the room, la gordita. Um, I was 40 kilos overweight. That's 88 pounds, almost 90 pounds overweight all my life, all my life. So that's how things happened when I was growing up.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yes, I it's it being the first of everything adds to the additional stress on our bodies. But, as a child, were you ever involved in any exercise or any nutritional regimen, or that's all a new thing?
It's a great question. So, coming from a middle class family, and perhaps not only that, but the traditions in my hometown, working out was not such a big thing.
Yeah.
And I see it here now that I'm in US, that every school, every high school has their groups and their programs and their teams. In Colombia, it wasn't like that. So I didn't grow up surrounded by an environment of, hey, working out is healthy, working out is good for you. I did grow up going to nutritionist. So like the word nutritionist itself is kind of like, oh yeah, yeah, trouble, diet, restriction. I'm gonna be hungry. I'm gonna be cranky. That's how I grew up. And because I was obese, my mom and my dad didn't know what to do. And the best they could do was taking me to a nutritionist, so to a dietitian, right? And they
Yeah.
gave me all this plans and the little files. Of course, it was handwritten back then, so I had to fill out what I ate and weigh myself every week. Um, and that's part of like my connection to nutrition was this, okay, I'm on a diet, I lose the weight for sure, but then I'm cranky, I'm hungry. I don't want to be talked to. Like for my family, I was on a diet and they knew I was a little like mess, like mal
Yes.
genio. Or it's
Yeah,
like, oh
yeah.
my God, don't get close to Ana because she's on a diet. Oh my God, don't talk to her. A birthday party was a real bad situation because I knew I couldn't eat, quote unquote. I couldn't eat what was there, right? And I was
Yeah.
gonna have to, be hungry and just say no to everything, right? And and after I was done with the diet, that I lost the weight, I started eating normal again. What was normal to me? So I gained the weight back up. So it was this yo-yo roller coaster, lose the weight, cranky, gain the weight, cranky again. So cranky, cranky, cranky. That's
Yeah.
how the life was.
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, I can completely identify with that. I grew up very much a chubby kid. In fact, they would call me gorda. And then some called gorda, even though, the family always calls you your weakest skill or moment in your life, like the weak, it's like it's so traumatic because
Yes.
here they're calling you exactly how they see you, gorda, and making light of it. And as a kid, you don't really know how to distinguish between that being a joke or bad, like bad intention behind it,
Yes, yes.
especially when you're going to school and then calling you fat as well.
Yes.
So for me, I had that like additional trauma of like, oh my God. I mean, I remember the time that I was in fourth grade. And the good thing is I'm a very smart kid, or I was. And there was this guy, short dude, who would say to me, mind you, I was called gorda at home. He would say to me, he's like, you're a beach ball with toothpicks.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus
So
Christ.
I and I'm like, stop, you're, he would say those things. And then I would say, well, at least I know that I'm going to grow. You're short, and I don't know if that's going to happen, if you're even going to grow any taller,
That's
but,
amazing.
I mean, like, but it was my defense mechanism,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And so we bury all the trauma in our belly and
In our
in who
belly.
we are and who we are. And so, all right, Anna. So even as a child, so we identify on that
Mhm.
level. So at some point, so you got, the nutritionist, the dietitian in Colombia. When did you decide? Actually, it's twofold, or maybe it's one. You decide to leave Colombia and pursue a health coaching business, or did you have that business in Colombia and then decide to come to the United States?
Great questions. I'm gonna add a little bit of history in between that gap between Colombia and LA. So, like you said, we get traumatized by family. Sweet, my grandma used to call me gordita, trying to
Yeah.
make it less terrible, right? But still, it was like, the word fat in there. So I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to become a plastic surgeon to do liposuction on everyone. So everyone, I was like,
I
I'm
would
gonna
have been your
help.
first customer.
I'm like, I'm gonna help everyone. I'm gonna help everyone because liposuction to me was like the best thing ever, right? And I begged my mom, said, Mama, just give me the liposuction. I promise I will eat better. And she couldn't afford it. She was like, I can't. No, you got to do it on your own. I can't do it. So I decided not to go and study to be a plastic surgeon because they we do my blood and I fainted. And I was like, yeah, perhaps I don't want to do that. The operate.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go with that. My mom was a doctor, so I'm gonna go with my dad. He's an engineer. So I started engineering in Colombia, but health was in my head, right? And my mom got diagnosed with diabetes. And I was like, oh my God, what is that? And we started studying and learning and how we can actually even manage and reverse diabetes through food. So that was like in my brain since I was in Colombia. Still, I was a gordita until I was 27. And at 27, I love the name of the podcast because it represents me. I got my shit together. At
Yeah.
27, my parents got divorced. And I stopped using food as my comfort, as my source of strength because they had a very bad marriage, right? And I was stressed all the time. So I turned into food. And I understood that. And I was like, oh, I also did therapy. And I was like, oh, wow, this is fascinating. Now I understand. Now I'm at peace with myself. Now
Mhm.
I can let go. So I said, I'm going to do it on my own. I learned, I put in practice everything I learned, and I lost the weight. It took me a year and 2 months to lose 40 kilos. And I felt not only, of course, the self-talk in the mirror that you and I have talked about, right? Is that, oh my God, I look great. Oh wow, I feel awesome. I wake up less tired. My blood numbers are amazing. I don't get tired going up the stairs. And I feel I can do everything. I have the energy to do everything I want to do throughout my day. So that was in my brain running while I was doing a successful career in IT. And that's how I got transitioned to US. So after I lost the weight, I left. I got the courage because I was looking better, and I got the courage to leave my work at Bancolombia. That's the largest bank in Colombia. But I was like, an analyst, very kept low. I wasn't very confident in myself. When I lost the weight, I got all this, like energy, like I felt berraca, right? I felt like,
Yeah.
okay, I can do anything.
Right.
So I left that and I joined an IT company. That IT company had Disney as a client in LA. So
Mhm.
I started working as their client relationship manager. And I started working with Disney, and things went very well. And my Disney manager said, "Hey, Anna, I love the way you and I work. Why don't you come to LA and live here, and we do, the work from here, and you help us with the team in Latam?" And I was like, a little girl from Medellin, third
Yeah.
world country, coming to LA, which is gorgeous. I said, done deal. Like, I'm in.
Oh, I was there yesterday.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Just pack your bags and like just go. Right?
Exactly. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, unfortunately, I got married to the person I was dating in Colombia. He came with me here. Things didn't work, and I got divorced, which was also an amazing decision. And I did it because I trusted me. I was
Mhm.
so sure of who I was, of who I am. And I said, I'm good to stay here, even if it's by myself, because all my family is in Colombia. And I said,
Yeah.
okay, I'm getting divorced. I'm staying here because I got my shit together.
Mhm.
I know I'm going to make it here and I know I'm going to enjoy every moment of it. So, and then I got my green card and then things were going very well. I moved to another company, making 40% more salary. I started working in sales, which is an amazing relationship builder, it teaches you so much about yourself. And then last January, I got laid off. I was part of the
Mm.
IT layoffs. And I was like, oh my God, okay, I'm legal, but what am I going to do? I'm turning 40 this year. I turned 40 a few weeks ago. And I started thinking, okay, what am I doing with my life? What is going to be my legacy? I chose not to have any kids. How am I going to be of help in this world? Am I just going to, breathe air and produce trash and buy beautiful things? No, right? I wanted to do more than that. And I said, okay, this is the moment for me to reinvent myself. I always wanted to help. I wanted to go into health. There's a need that we see. There's some scary statistics of health in the US for Latinos or non-Latinos. And I said, okay, this is where I can be of help. This is where I can share what I did, how I did it, make it sustainable, make it a lifestyle, not just a diet. Because truthfully, you can go to ChatGPT, hey, give me a diet. And if you do it, you're going to lose the weight. I guarantee you're going to lose
Yeah.
the weight. But the statistics also said that 90% of people who lose weight on a diet gain it back because they don't learn what to eat. And you and I lived it. Goes then we start the yo-yo again, and
Yeah.
then we go
Yeah.
through the yo, and that's exactly what we don't want. We want to make it something because it's harmful for your body when we lose weight. So if we don't work out with weights, you and I have talked about this, then
Yeah.
we can lose weight from fat, but also from muscle. And when we lose muscle, not only is worse for us as we age, right? Because muscle are the ones who allow us to move, but also muscle is the one that process sugar. So we will have less, say, capacity to process sugar. And then if you have it in your genes, diabetes can show up. Diabetes, you do not want to go there because it affects so many areas of your life. So it's the whole thing connecting like, okay, diabetes, muscle, nutrition, there's something we can do different in a more simple way. Connecting also to what you're saying, or to what we're talking about, I start seeing all this um, confusion, perhaps, all this information around nutrition. Oh, keto is the way to go. Oh no,
Mhm.
intermittent fasting is the way to go. No, Atkins. No, let's do meal replacement. Let's do Herbalife. Let's do here. And I said, oh my God, there's so much confusion out there. People don't really know what to do. And from my experience and how I lost the weight is that nutrition is actually very simple. It's just about paying attention to every meal, right?
Yeah.
And balancing out. And like you and I have talked about, I did not give up bread. I did not give up my sweet tooth because I have my little sweet tooth from La Gordita.
Yeah.
And there's this balance between I 80% of the time I eat things that I know are good for me and that I enjoy. The 20% I give myself that freedom. Like, okay, yesterday I had tres leches because I was at a Mexican restaurant. I said,
Yum.
you know what? Yum. And this is the freedom that I'm like, this is amazing that we can enjoy this. And I post pictures. I show people like you can actually do this and live a healthy life. It's just a balance, right? And then
Right.
that's 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 my story. And then I got my certificate. So after January, I decided to get my certification here. And I said, okay, this is what I'm going to dedicate my life to. This is my
Yeah.
mission, is to help other people make better, healthy choices, make it a lifestyle, and get their health back.
Right. Yes, exactly. And making it in a way that it's not strenuous. Like it's not a hardship. Like what I love about our conversations and just pacing me, because I'm busy and I'm sure the your clients are all busy. Um, but sometimes you're in this like, mindset of like, oh, I'm doing it, I'm doing, and then whoa, I'm hungry. And now you skip your breakfast, you skip your lunch, now you're at dinner. And so what I enjoy about how you help me manage that is, Jackie, why don't we just do little tweaks here and there to remember to eat and remember to eat protein. So tell us how you developed the nutrition. Is it like individualized according to the person? Because I feel like it is for me, but is it like that for all of your customers?
Great question, Jackie. And yes, definitely something that is precisely designed for your lifestyle. So let's say a person, they're going to say who, but likes to order food out, right? And that person needs some ideas because you can definitely order out. It's just what to order out, right? And how to balance that you get the things that you like with the protein. So just a little side note, because this is like the first message I want people listening to the podcast to take with them home is what is the buzz around protein? Like why every brand has now like extra protein, 10 times the protein. So the protein is very good for us because I'm going to say three major things. The first one is protein is the most satiating macro that we have, meaning it fills you up more to eat steak, chicken, eggs than eating a granola bar, than eating a donut, or than eating, I don't know, an avocado or some nuts, right? So macro fills you up. That prevents you from eating other things that are not so good for you. The second reason protein is very important for you is because it builds muscle. So again, like we were saying, we want to maintain our muscle mass so we can move better as we age, and also we can process sugar. It turns out, especially for us women, after the age of 30, we start losing 1% of muscle mass every year. So if we don't work out, and
Oh,
if we,
girl. That,
exactly,
you made me think, I'm like, oh Lord,
we're
I've
gonna
already
do.
lost 20% of my muscle mass.
So it's never too late. It's never too late to work out your muscles and to feed them right. So that's the second part where protein is so important because it helps you maintain your muscle. And the third, like wonderful thing protein does for us is that it helps you with like being completely balanced in your sugar. So when you have protein with, let's say, a carb, I'm gonna say pasta. So you like pasta, Italian food, delicious. But if you eat pasta alone, then your body's gonna get like a high glucose curve. If you eat pasta with chicken, with beef, then your body is going to be busy digesting those fibers in the protein. So your sugar won't go so fast in your
The
bloodstream.
brush. Yeah.
So you're gonna avoid that, oh, sugar rush, and then you're hungry. And then okay, I need a siesta. I'm so tired from a big, heavy carb lunch. So
Yeah.
that's a great tip and how protein helps us be more full, protect our glucose, and just keep our muscles steady.
So give me, I don't know if you, well, I'm sure you know the answer to this. Why do we end up having sugar cravings at the tail end of our days?
That's a very interesting question. And what we're trying to do with clients that are like that is not only filling them their stomachs, right? Making sure they feel full so they don't have those cravings, but also working on their internal shit, right? Sometimes sugar is more of a mental thing that their body is craving, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's more like, hey, I need this. I think my mind, my body says, okay, this is the reward. There's certain type of reward or
Mm.
pleasure associated to sugar.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I did such a hard day. I had the worst day. I had this, and then there's so many things happening in our lives, and sometimes we're like, okay, I need a little comfort, and my comfort is sugar. For some people, comfort is alcohol. For some people, is other things, right? So that's the balance that we want to make. Is we want to first physically keep you full so you don't go for that sugar, but also trying to understand, and this is why the programs are so one-to-one, so that we can understand why and help you get there as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of programs, okay, what kind of program do you have right now that women and men as well, I would think,
Yes,
are invited to
absolutely.
take? So tell us a
Absolutely.
little bit about your programs.
Absolutely. So, Jackie, we have two programs. Both of them are 12 weeks. So it's called the 12-week Total Body Transformation. I should add and get your shit together program.
That's trademark, so I don't know.
I'll be happy to pay you the fees. I love it. One of them is group. So we get group coaching for those who want something more with group support. And group support actually helps you get things done 65% more likely. So group support
Right.
is great. It encourages people to be there for each other. Like if you have and we have a private Facebook group. If you need something like, hey, I'm having a hard time meeting my macros. I'm having a hard time eating my protein. I'm having a hard time not eating ice cream at night, right? Or I just don't feel like working out this week. We encourage each other and hey, you've got this. Try this. Hey, let's go together, right? There are so many people that live close by. So that's the first one is group coaching. And we also have the private one-on-one coaching, like the one you and I have, that is more directed and more for busy people that schedule anytime during the week that need their special space. And those are the two programs, 12 weeks to help you more than, again, going back to the yo-yo diets, more than just a
Yeah.
diet, is to show you what to put on your plate. And like you and I have been talking about, for people, the second thing that you can take from this call is what to put on a plate so that it's a balanced meal for you. So imagine a plate. I'm going to divide it into two. Half of it, veggies, your salad, your spinach, your mixed greens, anything that's vegetable that has fiber. The other half we're going to divide into two as well. So it's going to be 25% of that plate protein. Protein you can also measure with your hand. It's like a big palm of your hand. That's usually 25 to 30 grams of protein. That's an ideal way or amount of protein to add in every meal. And the other 25% of the plate to complete the 100% will be your carbs. That it's also like you had a feast of your carbs. So your rice, your potatoes, your pasta, your bread. And with that, you're going to have a very balanced plate that's going to let you be super full. And if you want to add fats like olive oil, avocado, this is like 10 grams of fat. So you can add a very generous drizzle of olive oil and some nuts and avocado, and then you have a very balanced plate that will give you that such like it makes you feel full and it helps your glucose be balanced. So you won't have that energy crash 2 hours after. So those are the two programs. And for October, and if I may I share my screen?
Sure.
Let me make sure I can share my screen.
Wait, let me see if I could have you share your screen.
I think I need to send that right quick.
There you go.
Perfect.
You should have it.
All right. Share. Awesome. I think this is perfect. Am I sharing? Share. Am I sharing my screen? Perfect. So for October, and especially for women, we have this challenge. So it's a 30-day challenge to get you, let's say, started, because you're perhaps you're feeling a little tired of trying a diet here and there, and you're feeling tired of looking yourself in the mirror and not liking exactly what you see there. And you are tired of trying different diets, like you know, have been saying the yo-yo, like I don't know what to do. I hear that avocado is great. I hear that nuts and almonds are very healthy. Yes, they are, but you need to take into account the amount of those fats that you eat. So if you want to start understanding a little bit more what is this balanced eating and what is this healthier way of looking at your plates and the way you take care of yourself, then we created this challenge, a 30-day challenge. We start October 1st. It's called Busy by Thriving. It's a challenge designed precisely for busy women that don't have time to cook 7 hours a day, that don't want to go 3 hours to the gym. And guess what? You don't have to. I actually, and you and I have talked about this, I work out 30 minutes a day, 3 to 5 times a week. That's it. You don't need more. You just need to do it in a more strategic way. And working out is great, it's amazing, but it's 30% of the effort. 70% is in the kitchen, is in the what do I order to take out? What do I order when I go to a restaurant? So the challenge is a way of getting started. We share ideas of recipes that you can use. And like we were talking about, I'm an engineer. So I try to make things very efficient. So we have recipes that you can make in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. That's my promise. We got very easy recipes to you and ideas on how to carve out time in your busy schedule, like you do, to make your workouts super efficient. And that's something that's going to start to make you feel proud of yourself. You're going to have a different self-talk. You're going to see your favorite jeans fit again. You're going to sleep like a queen and then wake up so much rested, ready to go and eat the world. That is what you want to do. Also, people start seeing the first few weeks less bloating. The bloating is something that gets reduced once we balance the glucose spikes, because our bodies balance our hormones, balance the insulin and the cortisol, and your body starts like letting go. So this is the challenge. It's not too late to join. We start October 1st, and we have two modalities. One of them is $47, in which you will get the meal guides, the workout guides, and the group support. And then we have like Busy Unstoppable, like the VIP version, for $117, where you get two one-on-one sessions with me to personalize that plan and help you get ready for the holidays.
Oh, I know, because that's where we slack off a lot.
Exactly. But this time we're ready.
Oh yeah, I know, I know, I know. And I wanted to just do a little plug here. I've been working with Anna, and I've been very, I, I've been a bit, kind of like, how can I say? You can take the horse to the water, but you can't teach it to drink the water, right? I am being taught how to drink the water. And it's been slow, but that's on me because I was, during the summer we had been traveling so much, and my schedule was so crazy. So I couldn't do much of working out and eating properly. And so now I feel like I'm getting the hang of it because my kids now in school. So now I feel like I can adjust my schedule and put time for my nutrition and time for working out. So much so that my husband was saying like, "Oh, you lost some weight." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, thank God." Because I keep looking at myself. I'm like, and we're very extremists,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And that's not good. So I love your approach to gentle kindness, gentle um you know, remarks, gentle notices like, okay, well, maybe we could do something different.
Yes.
But anyhow, I just wanted to commend you for that, and for any of the ladies amigas who are interested in doing something like this, you can certainly contact you, or me, so that and I will refer you to Anna. She's amazing. So Anna, before I let you go, there's a couple of things. Do you have anything you would want to say here on the podcast before we jump into your tips?
Yes, actually, and you mentioned it here. I want you to think also, the third thing you can take from this call is it's not all or nothing. We tend to be like, I'm all in, or I'm like going wild and eating everything I do, right? We're like, it's black or white. There's a middle point. There's a middle point, and taking small steps like changing just your breakfast or actually having breakfast, because that's something we've worked on, right? Actually
Yeah,
having some breakfast before coffee, or actually just eating something before my dessert. Those small changes start to show, and your body starts to be grateful for those changes. So I invite you to give yourself some grace and stop thinking like it's all black and white. There's in between, and allow yourself to start building slowly. There's this book called Atomic Habits, and
yeah.
it talks about being 1% better every day. So small incremental changes start to compound and bring out amazing results.
That's right. That's right. Thank you for that. So, with that in mind, can you provide us with one or two tips on how an amiga can handle her shit?
Absolutely. So, especially for amigas, because women, we have different hormones. We
Yeah.
are not small men, right? We're set up
Yeah.
very differently.
Yeah.
So, two things
We're
that
not small men. I love that. We're not small men.
we're not.
You got to
We,
elaborate on that too.
yes, and we deserve to eat. I don't know, Jackie, about you, but when I was growing up, it's like, okay, every girl needs to eat a little less than men. Why do we have to? Like, if we have bodies as well. We have needs. We have these hormonal things that guys don't have. So we deserve to eat, right? And um, two things that amigas can do very easy. One, eat breakfast.
Mm.
So studies have, there's this whole theory about fasting, about skipping some breakfast, eating in an 8-hour window. And many people go well with that, especially men. In women, the studies show that it's not so good for us
Mhm.
because when we wake up with our cortisol levels already higher than men.
Mm.
And cortisol is good. We needed to do things, but too much cortisol makes our belly fat say, hey, I'm staying here because you got me in this stress mode. I need to hold on to everything so that I can get you to do what you want to do. So when you wake up, try to have breakfast between 30 minutes to an hour after you wake up, and very especially before coffee. And you know, I'm from Colombia. I love coffee. I'm a coffee junkie,
Yes.
but before the coffee, antes del cafecito, have your meal. because coffee is amazing. It's delicious if you like it, or even green tea if you prefer tea or black tea. It gives you that little rush, right? That little rush means you're getting more the cortisol even higher. So you already as an amiga, you wake up with the cortisol higher, and then you inject coffee, then you're gonna get even more cortisol. And again, your belly is gonna say, hey, we're staying here. All the fat is staying with me. So what you can do to moderate that is have your meal 30 minutes or 60 minutes after waking up, then have your coffee. And what to have for a meal. That's the tip number 2. So you should aim for protein and carbs and some healthy fats if you want. So real world examples, Jackie, because like we were talking about, nutrition doesn't have to be complicated. We can actually make breakfast in 5 to 10 minutes. So ideas for our amigas to have. So you can have Greek yogurt with a couple of rice cakes and a little bit of peanut butter or almond butter. Then you have around 20 to 25 grams of protein, healthy carbs, delicious healthy fats. You're set. It takes 2 minutes to make, 3 minutes to eat. There you are. Another idea that I usually make that one for myself is I meal prep. On Sundays, I make my little overnight oats. So I take 2 tablespoons of rolled oats. I add protein powder to it, vanilla, because I like the vanilla taste. And then I add water and I put it in the fridge. Every morning, I have it ready to go. I usually have like 20 to 30 grams of protein right there with delicious carbs, and I'm ready to go do my work. Cafecito, then my workout. And some other simple idea, you can make some scrambled eggs with a delicious corn tortilla. Corn is amazing, it's part of our heritage and it's delicious. And you have another delicious 5-minute breakfast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, it's that's easy. What I've been doing that I never did before is have protein before my coffee. And just having that mindset because I was one of those. I used to wake up and just have my coffee and then forget to eat. And then, oh, lunch is, I've been so busy. And then I remember, I think I need to eat.
Yeah.
And now we're at lunch. So, and then after
Yeah.
I eat lunch, I would like crash
Yes.
completely.
Yes.
So now that I have my yogurt in the morning,
Yes.
because it's got 15 to 20 grams of protein. I'm like, oh,
Brilliant.
okay, I can manage. I can manage. So thank
Awesome.
you for that because it's important. So we eat breakfast for sure and definitely have some protein in the morning.
Yes, Jackie, and to add another simple recipe, thank you for reminding me, is if you don't have time, you don't have the 5 minutes, or you don't have time to eat it, fine. What you can do is add protein powder to your coffee. Vanilla makes a delicious latte style coffee. Or I have some clients also that have tried chocolate protein powder. It makes like a delicious mocha. So two super easy options.
Yeah.
There's no excuse, girls. It's prioritizing you, taking care of
Yeah.
yourself. And as amigas, and this could be perhaps the other thing that our audience can take home is it's okay to prioritize you. We are las jefas de la casa, right? We're the bosses. We take care of the finance of the kids, of the husband, of the parents, of the dogs, everyone around us. Who takes care of us? When are you going to prioritize you? This is the right, if you needed a sign, this is the sign for you to prioritize
Yes.
you, to put yourself first. It's okay. You don't have to feel selfish for taking time to go work out. You can't feel selfish for cooking meals for you. Who else is going to take care of you if not yourself? And like you and I have also talked about, once you do it for you, you start like being inspiration for others. So for people with kids, what a beautiful legacy is to teach them that you need to take care of yourself and that there are better ways to eat, to do it in a gentle way for your body, for your health, and get your shit together.
Yeah. Yes, I love that.
Yes.
Okay. Well, with that, I mean, come on. You're using my language. My love language. Oh
Exactly.
my goodness. Thank you so much, Anna. This is amazing and I know I'm sure we're going to get a lot of phone calls. I know we're going to need to do a part 2 because maybe by then we'll talk more about women of a certain age,
Yes.
which is
Yes.
another conversation, right?
Yes. Yes.
So it's amigas, there's a lot to this whole nutrition. And so I'm very grateful that we have Ana Latina here to teach us and protein first, As soon as you wake up, ladies, you heard it here on Amiga Handle Your Ship podcast. Ana, thank you so much for being here at
Awesome,
Amiga.
Jackie, you're amazing. Thank you for creating this space for all these amigas and sharing amazing tips. You do an amazing job. Thank you for doing that.
Oh, no, thank you. I love it.
Yes.